Certain things happen as a plane flies up into the air. If you've ever climbed a mountain, you know that as you get higher, it gets colder and your ears start to pop. This is because things change in the atmosphere as you get higher in altitude. Three things change as you increase the altitude: pressure, temperature, and humidity. These changes can sometimes cause the equipment to fail, and we don't want that to happen. So what we do here is we test the equipment. One of the tests that we conduct here is a temperature altitude test, and it simulates planes flying at high altitudes. What we have here is a display that's going to go in the cockpit of a big jumbo jet. To understand why pressure decreases as you increase in altitude, think about this. Have you ever swam to the bottom of a lake or a swimming pool? Well, as you go down, do you remember feeling like there's more pressure on you? Well, that's because the deeper you go, the more water is on top of you. So therefore, more pressure. As you go up, there's less pressure because there's less water on top of you. Air pressure works the same way. You might not think about it, but air has weight and it is pushing down on us all the time. The higher you go up in altitude, the less air there is. Therefore, the less pressure there is. You might think that temperature also increases as you increase in altitude because you are getting closer to the sun. That's a good guess, but actually temperature decreases as you increase in altitude because it is also related to the air pressure. Remember, as you increase the altitude, there's less air. Therefore, there are less air molecules to hold the heat, and the temperature decreases because of that. The decrease in temperature and pressure as you increase the altitude in a plane can cause the equipment in it to function differently than it would on the ground. During the temperature altitude test, we decrease the temperature in the chamber by using the cooling system, and we also decrease the pressure by using a high power vacuum. This test is important because we need to ensure that the materials don't become brittle at cold temperatures. We also check to make sure that gaskets that seal the units don't expand with the change in pressure. If they do expand and then shrink, they could allow moisture to enter the equipment during the humidity test and cause the electronics to stop working.